All right, you guys. So salute everybody tapping on in, man. Y'all know we got to get into this, man. There is a lot going on right now surrounding the name Sean Corey Carter, aka Jay-Z. Now, Jay-Z is significantly associated with Live Nation through multi-million-dollar touring deals and co-ownership stake in his entertainment company, Roc Nation. Now, their partnership had began back in 2008 and has evolved through the following milestones as far as Roc Nation co-ownership. And Roc Nation was founded by Jay-Z in 2008 as a joint venture with Live Nation, right? Now, as of early 2026, Jay-Z and Live Nation remain equity partners in the company, which operates as a record label, talent agency, and management firm. Now, basically, they got major touring partnerships in 2008. They had a deal. Basically, Jay-Z signed an initial 10-year, 360 deal worth approximately $150 million covering his recordings, tours, and the launch of Roc Nation. Now, in 2017, he did a renewal. Basically, he signed a second 10-year exclusive touring partnership worth $200 million. Now, this current deal, which focuses specifically on producing and promoting his live concert events worldwide, is active and keeps him under contract with Live Nation until he is 57 years old. Now, Live Nation and Jay-Z's Roc Nation frequently collaborate on major live events, including the annual Made in America Festival and the NFL Super Bowl halftime shows, where Roc Nation serves as the league's live music entertainment strategist. Now, why do I say that? Because now Jay-Z, who we talked about just yesterday in a situation, is now in another situation. And then today, his name is coming up because of a whole different situation with Live Nation employees. Now, Rolling Stone has put out an article basically saying that Live Nation employees have gotten caught boasting about high fees and unsealed messages, saying that these people are so stupid, end quote. Now, two regional directors of ticketing for Live Nation amphitheaters joked and bragged about robbing fans blind with sky-high parking prices, man, is what they're saying in this article, man. And somehow people are now associating this with Jay-Z's name because of his deal he got with Live Nation. Not all the other people that's involved, too, but they just pointed out Jay-Z's name. But let's talk about this. So it says two Live Nation ticket directors boasted about robbing fans blind and taking advantage of them with high fees and newly unsealed chat records tied to the company's antitrust lawsuit. The chats, first reported by Bloomberg, were sent between Ben Baker and Jeff Weinhold, who were then serving as regional directors of ticketing for Live Nation amphitheaters. Now, the pair appeared to be speaking primarily about ancillary fees related to things like parking and VIP access, now, as opposed to the service fees tied directly to tickets. Now, though at one point, Baker said, "I gouged them on ancillary prices to make up for the changes in the base prices for seats." In one exchange from January 2022, Baker shared a screen grab of data related to a Kid Rock show in Tampa, Florida, and commented, "These people are so stupid. And I have a VIP parking up to $250, LOL. He then said, "I almost feel bad taking advantage of them," followed by an all caps. Now, the pair then discussed raising parking prices for another Kid Rock gig in Virginia, with Weinhold appearing to show a screenshot of parking prices, also up to $250 for one parking spot, LOL, Weinhold wrote. Now, a rep for Kid Rock did not immediately return requests for comment. The musician was potentially going to testify at the Live Nation trial before the company announced a tentative settlement with the government earlier this week. In a different conversation about the parking, also from January 2022, Weinhold spoke about pushing the price of reserved parking to $30 above. Now, the minimum price, adding, "I'm done asking people for permission. I just do it now." Baker then said, "I charge $50 to park in the grass, LMAO. I charge $60 for closer grass." Now, a few moments later, Baker shared a screenshot of a spreadsheet showing how Premier Parking gross revenue had jumped from about $470,000 in 2018 to around almost $667,000 or $65,000 in 2021. he commented, "Robbing them blind, baby. That's how we do," end quote. Weinhold replied, "LOL." In a statement, Live Nation said the exchange absolutely does not reflect our values or how we operate because this was a private Slack message. Leadership learned of this when the public did and will be looking into the matter promptly. Our business only works when fans have great experiences, which is why we've capped amphitheater venue fees. We've capped amphitheater venue fees at 15%, and we have invested $1 billion in the last 18 months in the U.S. venues and fan amenities. Now, the statement characterized Baker and Weinhold as one junior staffer and a friend, though it's unclear who was who. Now, at the time of the messages were sent, both Baker and Weinhold were working for Live Nation in the years since. Baker has moved on to head of ticketing for Venue Nation, the division that oversees Live Nation's venues, including amphitheaters. He was also set to testify during the trial, and Weinhold serves as a senior ticketing director for the Washington, D.C. area. Prior to this week's settlement, Live Nation asked Judge Arm Submaranian to seal the messages between Baker and Weinhold as evidence, saying they would prejudice the jury. The Justice Department countered that they showed how Live Nation is able to impose excessive prices that degrade the fan experience without fear of artists switching to another amphitheater because in most cases no alternative exists. After the settlement was announced earlier this week, Bloomberg and a handful of other media outlets filed a motion to have the exhibits unsealed, which Submaranian approved last night, March 11th. And remember, that was Diddy's attorney, R. Submaranian. That was the attorney who did Diddy's situation, if y'all remember, right? So it goes on to say Live Nation case is currently on hold following a surprise settlement announced early this week. While the deal likely brings the company's legal battle with the federal government to a close, the case could still continue next week, with many other state co-plaintiffs reportedly eager to continue the fight. Submaranian, however, has ordered the holdout state attorneys general to try to reach a deal by the end of this week, right? And it goes on. It goes on. So, anyways, as I said to you guys, and I'll say this again, man. My situation is this, right? I don't know how, in this particular case, Jay-Z is getting criticism. I know his name is associated with it, so I understand that. But I think this should be focused on those employees. If it was something that was bigger, it was higher up that you had evidence of, I mean, listen, I understand it. You know what I'm saying? But I think in this case right here, I just need to see some more. You know what I mean? Because Jay-Z's name is nowhere in this situation. He is partnered with Live Nation, but he has a partnership with him. Like, sometimes you can have a partnership with someone. Let me explain something to y'all, right? Sometimes you can have a business. Now, if you own a business, you're responsible for everything that happens in the business, regardless of you there or not. Shit, if something happens, you're going to pay at the end of the day. From what I'm reading, Jay-Z does not own Live Nation. He has a partnership with them, right? He runs Rock Nation. He has a partnership with Live Nation. So this situation right here, I'm seeing a lot of people trying to I see it, you know what I'm saying? And my eyes is open to it. And I don't like what the people said. That's some jacked up ish they said. You know what I'm saying? But who else runs Live Nation? You know what I'm saying? Who is, matter of fact, let me see. All right. So let me see. Hold on, y'all. Yeah, see, it's a guy, the president and CEO of Live Nation Entertainment, a position he has held since 2005. Michael Rapino is the name of this guy, right? Now, he leads the company's global operations, including its recent legal business initiatives as of this month. So, yeah, he's been the president since 2005. If anything, you got to look at him, you know what I'm saying? More so, that guy, Michael Rapino, you know what I mean? In this case. But, like I said before, man, it is what it is. We'll see how it pans out. Y'all let me know what y'all think. I see a lot of people putting that one on Jay-Z, but he's a partnership with him. But the president of Live Nation is Michael Rapino, not Jay-Z. A lot of people think Jay-Z owns Live Nation or he's the president and CEO of Live Nation. That's not true. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure y'all click those links below. Subscribe to the podcast show. You can donate support to the channel, Cash App, PayPal, or buy that weight loss formula. All the links are below. Peace.